And welcome to the Good, Bad, the Ugly, episode 4 on Spreaker Radio. This is Sam Cerrone coming to you live from Portland, Oregon. Typically, in most cases, we'd have Tom Crane. We have somebody who's pretty good, right? But we've gone outside the traditional sports realm and have decided to bring in somebody who knows everything about athletes. Not just what their stats are, not just what their dreams are as being an athlete, but what they like to drink, what they like to eat. This guy knows everything about athletes. He might as well be in the Hollywood Reporter, but he's so good. The old roommate, South 103 Zone, Zach Schmidt. Zach, what's going on, buddy? How you doing?
Oh, hey, thanks for having me on the podcast.
Of course.
First of all, I have to ask, do you always grossly misrepresent your guests in this fashion?
I feel like I don't. I feel like I do a fairly accurate representation of what we talk about here.
I feel like everyone needs to know that I know almost nothing about these people.
And that's okay. That's not the point. That's not.
I know for a fact that Michael Jordan was in the movie Space Jam.
And that's what we're here to talk about. And that's what we're here to talk about. I think that's
okay.
Which is fine. Like, it's not essential for you to know everything. But I think it's essential.
That's true.
That's true. But the thing is, we had this discussion about 6-7 years ago about who's the GOAT.
Yeah, that was crazy.
About who's better, Michael Jordan or LeBron James. And now we have to have this discussion as to is the GOAT conversation a little more serious, because as of
it changes the game.
It does.
It changes the game.
Absolutely.
Because when we first had this, I was real quick, no contest. Until he plays, until he plays with the Looney Tunes, then he can't possibly match up to old MJ. There's no chance. But then I saw Space Jam 2 coming out, like, a decade later?
Yeah, officially it's coming out on July 16, 2021, about 10 years of when we first had this conversation.
That's insane. And also, at this point in time, LeBron was only, they hadn't had the equal amount of time on the court, but now it's like equal amounts, and the only missing factor is this movie. So I really think it's going to come down to, can Space Jam 2 be better than Space Jam 1?
Right, and
that's a stiff competition.
I feel like this is just it's going to be tough, right? Because I mean, Space Jam is an iconic movie. You had Michael Jordan. You had Bill Murray in it.
And the nostalgia factor alone, that is all working against LeBron. Right.
And before the Golden State Warriors became this team of, like, stacking superstars, you had the Monstars, who were that team before that.
He's certainly never gone against Monsters. They're inhuman. They're literally inhuman.
Right.
It's like a different sport at this point, almost, which is why I'm worried. Because I know that, like, MJ can handle multiple sports, because he was like, you know what, scratch this, I'm going to go play baseball professionally now, right?
Right, I think that was that time.
That kind of potential, that kind of, variability and skill in LeBron. It hasn't been seen.
I haven't seen it, and that's true. I think looking at it side by side, I think Michael Jordan's more of an athlete than LeBron James. LeBron James is really good at basketball. I think he hasn't given anything else an opportunity. Everyone says he could be good at football.
I hate to say it, but is one-trick pony the phrase we want to use here?
I would.
Sounds like that's the picture I'm seeing being painted.
Yeah, I would too. I think that's the difficult part, is to really say what other sports is LeBron James really good at, because quite frankly, he hasn't done anything outside of basketball.
Has he played in a two-dimensional world?
I don't think so.
Well,
I don't know.
That's a literally different court.
It is.
Different physics.
It's a different set of circumstances. Different, yes, and obviously, you being finishing up your doctorate in chemistry, you would have an idea on physics a little bit.
Oh yeah, let me tell you, with less axes, it's gonna restrict your motion
Boom.
in a level that I don't think he's been able to experience in this 3D world.
See, this is the type of analysis we don't get from any other guest on this podcast,
Yeah.
so I think
Yeah,
that's...
I mean,
that you
you're
bring
only
that.
dealing with X and Y. There's no Z.
There's no
I mean,
Z.
we don't even know if time is the same.
Got
Air
it.
currents.
Right.
But how does that all work? We don't know. We don't have the data on it.
Right.
We should really ask Michael Jordan. If he was smart, he would ask Michael Jordan for tips, but I don't think he'd be willing to do that.
So, the big question, Zach, is who else is going to be in this movie? I feel like there has to be some other NBA stars that are going to partake in this movie.
I'll name the only other NBA star I know.
Okay.
Because I limited choices, so Kobe's definitely going to be in it. For sure. He's going to be the comic relief. I can see it.
There you
he looks
go.
like a funny guy.
Awesome.
I bet you he's hilarious.
There you go. I mean, you've heard it here first. Kobe Bryant is going to be in Space Jam 2. You've heard it here before any other podcast, so that's exclusive content. You don't get anywhere else.
I'm doubling down on that. It's definitely going to be
Doubling
Kobe.
down. Okay. I mean,
think about that. Like, imagine seeing that on a poster. You'd go see that movie,
Sure.
regardless of if it was good or not.
yeah, move over Wayne Knight. You have Kobe Bryant here, so I mean that's pretty good.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I mean Steph Curry's not whatever. James Harden, no big deal. Kevin Durant, whatever. Giannis
Right.
Antetokounmpo, forget him.
Exactly. Like, none of those really flow together. You
No.
know what I mean? Like, you have to
They
think
don't.
about it from an advertising perspective. Is it's like Kobe and LeBron. Like, that just flows. right?
It does.
What is that, like 2 syllables?
Right.
And then you got all those other people. I've already forgotten all those other names you
I-
gave me.
I think it's
like,
4.
That's how easy it is to, like, forget and how unmemorable those names are.
All right,
It's just not going to work.
you're probably right. You're probably right there. So Zach,
If
what?
they have any brains at all, that's what they're going to do.
So it's because it's such a close race, Zach, between who's the GOAT between LeBron and Michael Jordan. What other stats do you have out here to make this debate even better?
Okay, well, so for one, I feel like I wasn't able to actually find this information, but just based off of how I've seen them play in the small clips that I see while I'm flipping through the channels, I'd have to say that Michael Jordan's definitely like a chocolate ice cream kind of person, which is the right choice. And I can't help but feel that like LeBron likes strawberry, which is the wrong choice.
Yeah.
And that right there is tipping it back to Michael Jordan. It's just, I can't see, how is this even really a debate? Is this really a debate people have? Like, they think that Michael Jordan's not the best? I don't even understand how that, who argues against that? Who are these people?
They argue with things like statistics on the basketball court and...
Yeah, screw that. I looked those up. It's 6-3. What scoreboard are people looking at? And, like, didn't Michael Jordan do it with, like, 107 fever or something? Like, what? What kind of debate is this? I've never heard anyone debate this besides us, so I don't know how these usually go, but, like, I don't know, man. Where's the argument?
It's hard to argue with this analysis right now as to whether or not who's the greatest of all time. I feel like that discussion is pretty much in the book by my end,
right?
anyway.
I mean, and didn't correct me if I'm wrong here, but didn't Michael Jordan then like take a season off to go play baseball for fun, and came back and killed it again?
Yep, won another 3 titles.
It's one thing to like be killing it, but then to be like put your feet up and be like, whatever, I'm gonna play a totally different sport for the lulz, and then go back and kill it again like you never stepped off the court. I would love to see LeBron do that. That's all.
This is good. See, here's the thing. You're giving honest, cold, hard facts that you don't hear on any other debate show, whether it's
Wait, you're kidding
podcast.
me. No, this all has to be said like every time. Like,
No,
this is how I imagine. I've never heard anyone debate this because, like, I honestly don't care enough. But like, how would that debate go from the numbers perspective? Like, this is how I would hear it. Like, oh, Michael Jordan won 6. Yeah, but it's like a harder division. Like, they'd automatically have to be on the defensive, like, constantly. Is that what it is? Like, are they just too hostile? Is it like the truth too hard for these people?
I think so. I think the problem is LeBron's been in the league too long, and he's lost too many times in the finals. He keeps getting killed by either the Spurs or the Warriors as of recently. But all these statistics he keeps piling up, shows, at least for the longevity perspective, he's the greatest. But it's hard to argue titles.
Did they both play 15 seasons?
I think Michael Jordan played somewhere in the ballpark of 15 to 16 seasons, and LeBron, I think he's in his 16th season. Yeah.
Oh, well, what? Okay, so they've played like the same amount of time, and he lost. Like, game over. I mean, okay, and so, like, even if you took the argument, to be fair, like, let's say you took the argument that LeBron's teammates are just terrible. Because I play a lot of Paladins, which is a 5v5 game, so I understand having bad teammates. Like, it's not his fault. Like, I have sympathy there, I really do.
Yeah.
But even still, like, I feel like Michael Jordan is a better defensive player.
Yeah.
And also, again, like, I haven't seen LeBron... I'm getting weird looks here. Hold on 1 second. What? You disagree with my analysis, Sierra Hoover, love of my life? I watched a whole half of a game once in high school, and it told me everything I needed to know about the sport. That it's boring.
You mean...
You clearly didn't listen earlier in the podcast. I said I've seen them play while I flicked through the channels. So technically, yes, I have.
I mean, again, you're getting about the same great analysis as you would with any other sports show. Like, that's the thing.
That's sad. That's real sad.
It is, because here's the truth. A lot of these people get caught in lies. Like, Zach, do you know who Stephen A. Smith is?
Not at all.
Okay. Well, he's the ESPN personality who had to just do some analysis between the Kansas City Chiefs and the LA Chargers. It's football, if you remember. So he was naming players that were either injured or haven't been on the team at all this season, and talking about how those players would make an impact in this game. And Twitter just blew up on him. And was just like, yep, none of those guys are going to make an impact tonight because they're not there. Like,
that's crazy.
I know.
I mean, like, a quick Google search.
Right.
And that is the bar. Yeah, I'm going to kill it, man.
Of course, man. Like, I don't understand why often. You know what? I think you should drop out. I think I know you're a couple months away, but look, I feel like ESPN, Fox Sports 1, I feel like those guys are going to be calling your name after this podcast.
Yeah. Listen, if any of those recruiters are listening, you drop an offer on my table, and I'm probably going to pick it up.
There you go. Boom!
Just putting that out there. Looking for a job.
There you go.
Gotta be out by August. So, like,
and perfect. Go. I mean, Connecticut's, like, not too far from you, so I feel like that's...
Oh, no. Screw it.
No.
Enough of the Northeast. Enough.
All right,
beautiful, but enough.
Where the ideal? Enough. What's the destination for you? Where's the offer? L.A.
We're looking like South Carolina. Oh no, not L.A. No, not L.A. We're thinking like South Carolina.
Okay.
Colorado.
Okay.
Just a real mixed bag.
Sure. All right.
Yeah.
And that's where you're looking.
That's where we're looking.
Okay.
Yeah, and we'll see. But I mean, let's be honest. I'll probably end up in Connecticut.
Hey, you know what? If you end up in Connecticut, ESPN, I mean, that's NBC Sports is up there.
Okay.
Yeah, you have some.
All right.
You know, that's not a bad plan.
With a half decent offer, I'm there.
There you go. Boom, sold. That is good. Awesome. There you go. I don't know. Well, if you're gonna have a sports show, Zach, what's it gonna be called?
Oh my goodness, it would definitely be Schmitty Sport. No, I can't even say that right now. Schmitty Sports? Wow. Yeah,
Schmitty Sports?
It would be so difficult to say. Schmitty Sports.
Schmitty Sports. All right.
Schmitty Sports.